The Raid 2. It's the sequel to The Raid Redemption. Is it worth your time? Let's find out. Hello everybody, welcome to the Captain Vitus Show, where I do the very difficult task of telling you whether a movie is worth your time or not, and if it deserves a spot in your movie collection. I'm Ashton Raymer, and I'll be your captain. So today we're going to be talking about The Raid 2, which is out in a limited release now, and I didn't do enough research to find out when it'll be out, but, you know, you have a computer. Let's begin. So The Raid 2, it continues the story of this guy, Rama, who's a SWAT cop guy. I didn't see the first movie. I should make that completely clear as soon as possible. I did not see the first movie. So whatever this guy is, I was very confused. But basically it's him, and he's going undercover with this crazy awesome mob organization to try and kind of take them apart and learn about them while he's doing it, and just a bunch of fighting thrown in there, and that's our movie. And let me start by saying once again, I have not seen The Raid Redemption. So this movie was very, very, very confusing to me. It's not like I didn't have time. I mean, this took a week to get to you. I could have gone and bought it, but I didn't, so I'm sorry. But even with that, I really enjoyed this movie. I really love stories like this where a cop has to infiltrate the mob from the inside, because like The Departed is like probably in my top 10 favorite movies of all time, and this really echoed that in a way. If The Departed had a bunch of awesome fight scenes, which it didn't, but you know what I mean. I really like that idea of storytelling, and then, you know, it's just all put together very well, and the only problem was I was confused. And that's my own fault. I was confused because I was lazy and I decided to go to the movie theater before I went to Best Buy to go buy the movie. I still haven't bought the movie, but I was very confused. So the first act of this movie was very slow to me. It was very confusing, so I can't really speak on it the way it should be spoken upon, but no, sorry. I got the burpees. But you know, it felt very slow in the beginning, and that kind of turned me off. However, once I got home, I started thinking about it and I did my research. I found that, you know, it shouldn't be much of a problem for someone who has seen the first movie. So if you have seen the first movie, you'll probably like the beginning. It's still a bit slow though. Like, there's a lot of dialogue in this movie, and honestly I could have done with a little less, but you know what I mean. It was just a bit slow to start, but it ramps up with every new scene. Like, the first act is a bit slow. Second act is really awesome. The third act is perfect. Like, literally perfect. I can't find a single thing I don't like about the third act of this movie. It's perfect. This movie had a very good progression, I noticed, and it just kept getting better and better, and it was really, really, really fun to see how the characters changed throughout with every new plot point thrown at them. And I thought the character development was actually very good. I didn't expect that coming into this because I didn't expect anything. I expected to see a bunch of people punching, and I got that, but I also got a very, very good character development. So let's talk about Rama, who's played by this guy named Iko Uwais. I apologize. I'm not very good with names, but his character was friggin' awesome. Like, he was total badass. He's flying around, he's doing this move on walls and stuff where he's just like blah, 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 and he was awesome. And at the same time, he had a little soft spot. He was trying to help his family, and it was so sweet to watch, and I really liked his character. I felt he went a little underused in the first two acts of this movie, but then when I got to thinking about it and did my research, I learned that he was the main guy in the first one. And it kind of reminded me of Hobbit Desolation of Smaug, where, you know, Bilbo is the main character of that series, but Desolation of Smaug isn't his movie until the last third of the film. But other than that, I really dug his character, especially in the third act. Like, I cannot stress how incredible he is. His moves are awesome. What a talented dude. He is flying off the rails, going crazy. He takes out entire bunches of people. He's always the last person standing. It is so awesome to see him do all these fight moves. He's incredibly talented, and I'm think he's coming back for the third, he better. Because, oh my god, was he good. However, the one who really stole the show from me was this, what's his name? Afrin Putra, who played Uko, who was the son of the mob boss that he was infiltrating. This guy was awesome. Like, he wasn't as crazy badass as Rama was, but I felt his character development was really cool because he starts in the beginning of this movie as, you know, he's son of one of the most powerful men in the town. So he's just like, yeah, he's snobby, he's spoiled, he's very stubborn, he really just wants more responsibility, and it bothers him that his father won't give it to him, but he's not wise enough yet. And as he develops over the movie, he becomes a much darker character, a much more ruthless character, and by the third act, once again, that's where everyone shines in this movie, is the third act. That's where everything shines. If I could watch that third act over again, I'd watch it over and over and over and over, but his character development, it was like Darth Vader level good. It was awesome, and you'll have to see the movie because I want to talk more about it, but I feel like it would spoil the ending, and I don't want to because it's an awesome ending, so you'll have to go see him to believe it. He is very, very, very good in this film. Also, and I almost feel like I shouldn't even take time to talk about him because they play such small roles, but they were only in like maybe 2 sequences too. But their characters I loved, and that is Hammer Girl and Baseball Bat Guy. Like, that's how they were billed. Why didn't they get more screen time? It made me a bit sad because their characters were so awesome. Like, Hammer Girl, she's cute, she's a total badass, she's deaf, and what's her choice of weapon? Hammers! Hammers! I can't even tell you how much I love use of hammers as a weapon in movies. It's not done a lot, and it bothers me. Like, it's just like Ryan Gosling and Drive, the guy from Old Boy, and now this chick. That's like it. I love hammers. They're so cool. They're so awesome and brutal, and oh my god, does she do good. And I even heard that, like, she didn't know any of this beforehand, so she had to learn it all, and she was awesome. Baseball Bat Guy, he just throws a ball in the air, smacks it, and it just will kill a guy in the face. I think these two could be superheroes. It was awesome. I want the Hammer Guy and Baseball Bat, or Hammer Girl and Baseball Bat Guy movie. I want that movie. If any Hollywood execs are listening to me, let it be known I want that movie. Now. Make it happen. But even with all the praise that I'm giving this film, as far as the characters and the story goes, it's not the reason you want to go. Like, let's be honest here, it plays a part, but I know me for one person, I didn't go in here just like, oh, I can't wait to be enthralled in the story. No, I came to see people kick the living crap out of each other, and wow, does this movie deliver on that front. I mean, this fight choreography is some of the greatest fight choreography I have ever seen in my life. Like, there are fights that go on, like, there's one in the final scene where he's, like, fighting this guy in a kitchen, and it goes on for, like, 5 or 10 minutes, and you don't care that it's going on for a long time, because my jaw was on the floor. I was just like, what's happening? And it was so good, and I remember thinking, wow, all these hits look so real. Then to my surprise, I come home, find out they all were. All these fights happened. Like, don't get me wrong, they weren't actually like cutting each other up and stuff. But when you see someone make contact, they made contact. I read that the actors actually had to learn how to control their speed just so they wouldn't hurt the other person too bad. Like, that's so badass, I can't even handle it. Like, oh my god, it was so sweet to see these guys fighting. The fight choreography is beyond words amazing. Go to this movie just to see that. Like, that alone has made me just sit here like, I saw it yesterday, and now I know today, top of my list of things to do is this, but number 2 is go by First Grade so I can see more of this crazy fighting, because wow, was it good. And the reason it was so awesome to our eyes is because of the incredible, incredible, incredible directing from Gareth Evans, who doesn't only direct, he wrote and edited this film. This guy's a god among men, people. Like, oh my god. I'd say, as much as I love every other aspect of this film, Gareth Evans' directing is by far the best thing it has going for it. No shot is bad, and it's not just the fight scenes. Like, that is a big reason, like, because they're always done well. Like, there's some shaking cam, but it's done well, and you can always tell what's going on. The fighting scenes are filmed perfectly. It's not just that. He's an awesome director on every other front as well. I love his use of lighting in scenes and his use of color. I was really happy with his use of color in certain scenes. Like, sometimes it'll just be red and then people will die, and it's like, wow, like, this guy is incredible at what he does, and he needs to do more. Like, it was amazingly shot. I didn't expect a Welsh guy to do it, by the way, either. I was just like, he did the foreign film? Huh, look at that. But, wow, I can't even, words don't explain how incredible the directing in this film is. Once again, you need to see it to believe it. Gareth Evans, you are a god among men. So, in the end, The Raid 2 is freaking awesome. Like, oh my god, is this movie good. Very enthralling story, put in with some of the greatest fighting choreography ever. I really can't stress that. I mean, these guys punch fast, and it's fast. It's like it's like in Smash Brothers, I think it's Kirby, who I think it's his side A or something, and he just goes like it's kind of like, did I just compare this movie to Kirby? Little pink blob? I just compared this movie to Kirby. It's awesome. It's awesome, and if you like awesome action movies and you want to see an action movie that's done well, because that's something we haven't seen much of as of late, like, the last Die Hard comes to mind. All the action in that film was shot awfully. If you're still sour about that, go see this movie, because all the action is awesome. It's fantastic. The fighting, the car chase in the end is, oh my god, probably one of the best car chases I've ever seen. And if you like all that, go see this movie. It is 100% worth your time. Go see it now. Drop what you're doing. I don't care if you're feeding the baby. Go out. Don't bring the baby because you'll be annoying, but go out and see it. And if you don't like fighting, if you like people to solve their disputes with their words, and you get queasy at the sight of blood, then I'd say don't touch this movie with a 18-foot stick. But I don't know. You're not the demographic I'm talking to right now, so you can just go away or stay. I don't know. I appreciate all my viewers, but go see this movie. It is fantastic, without a doubt, worth your time and worth your money. And speaking of money, I think it's obvious, I'm definitely going to pick this up at the second it comes out. I'm planning, as I've stated a million times in this review, that I'm definitely going to go pick up the original Raid later today. After I got a lot of things to do. I'll get it after I get my haircut. You think it's getting too long? I feel like Conan O'Brien. Not the point. Yeah, this movie's got, the second it comes out, it's going in my collection, because I adored it. I'm very much looking forward to the third, and oh my god, I just can't stop singing this movie's praise. Go see it, and then go buy it, and the world will spin around. The Raid 2 gets an A- out of 10. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching my video review for The Raid 2. I really appreciate it, and I want to hear what you think. Have you seen The Raid 2? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you gonna see it? Are you gonna skip it? Whatever your thoughts are, leave them in the comment box below. Let's get some discussion going, because I want to hear it. And before I end the video, I just wanted to apologize for how long it took me to review this movie. I was going to review it on Friday, and the people I were going with were like, we're going to move it to Sunday. And Sunday came and I didn't get a call. So then I saw it yesterday, and I'm reviewing it now, even though I should be reviewing something else, but you know what I mean. Anyways, if you like this video, you want to see more, you can hit that subscribe button, watch some of my other videos, give them a like. If you're bored, head over to Captain Vitus Music, which is my music channel where me and my partner Holo can play you some songs, originals, covers, what have you, and we have a fun time in the process. Check all that out. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Does it sound like I'm begging? Because I am. And stay classy. I'm hungry. We should have recorded this last night. Finally kind of hungry now. I wasn't hungry then. I'm wearing the same pants for 3 days.